move. If you want to get into the college football playoff, you've got to win big games right now, and we have a clash of ranked opponents coming up in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. The Blue Devils will kick it off to get us underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish offense heads onto the field for the first possession of this game. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Turning it on! All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15. You open a drive like that and you've got some operating room. It's first down from the 38. Motion from the wideout. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to pass, it's Barco. Makes the grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy. Now remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense considering his success now early.
And he rifled in that pass, but it's incomplete.
I think the quarterback just needs to settle down and take his time. Be confident knowing you can step into these throws. When you step into it, it'll help your accuracy. That throw, throwing it off his back foot, led to the incompletion.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
Got his man. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. Finds the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. They'll leave it with him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The play action fake. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
12th play of the opening drive coming up, but now this marathon faces a 3rd and long. It's complete on the right side. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
The Blue Devils offense will have its first possession of the game. they are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, they can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
In the gun and looking to throw on third down. Snagged in the middle. It's Agnew. Running wide open down the gut of the field. He's at the waltzes into the end zone, but he might be dancing the other way. There's a flag on the field. That celebration turned sour quickly after they saw that flag, and it wiped out the big play and the touchdown. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. Fires to the middle. That's caught. It's Agnew. Oh, a lot of space. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Blue Devils. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And I love the play call. Oftentimes offensively, you like to throw the football deep down in your own end and take shots because you're anticipating man coverage. So if you get a receiver that can get behind the defense, that has a chance to be a home run type play. And you saw it work out exactly that way right there.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 9. Back on offense. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, third down, fourth down. I like them being aggressive. They just got to do a better job executing.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time. So let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense on this drive.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He's going for a big play downfield. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Grabbed in the middle. It's Agnew. And good coverage by the defense. Just a short gain. And the Blue Devils want to pick up the tempo. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just...
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. The Blue Devils line up to punt it away.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Barco. Quickly out to the tight end. He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. Now on first down from the 43. Running back searching for a hole. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out.
And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. How bold will they be on third down after that last run? From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Makes the grab, past the marker. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted to fourth down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. Fourth down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big fourth down conversion.
That's the end of the period, and Duke has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. First play of the period will be a second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line. Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on third and short. They'll try to run for it. That'll be enough to give them a first and goal from the 10.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Trying to barge their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Irish!
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole. He saw it. He put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
Extra point here will tie the game. And they did tack on the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, who knows how things are going to finish up in the Big Ten this season, but this is a game to keep in mind. Oregon pulled into town on a mission, and they're hightailing it out of here with a huge win. Veni, vidi, vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. And that's precisely what the Ducks did. Really unexpected outcome in this intriguing Big Ten matchup. And the type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the Blue Devils are in the hurry up. Snap from the gun on third down. Oh, he wants it all. Makes a grab for a big play. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Catch in the middle. It's Agnew. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
Well, the quarterback has looked his way early, and he's looked his way often all game long. Now he's got over 150 yards when throwing to that guy.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Now the play fake. Fires into the end zone. Wideout trying to get it in. so close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. The Blue Devils, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Duke. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They find themselves trailing by it. Breaks into the open. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. He's piled up 82 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Nice run there. Doesn't it just feel like Notre Dame football when you see that too? You know, you got touchdown Jesus looking down, and one thing Notre Dame has always seemed to have is big uglies up front. Guys pushing the pile. NFL talent on this offensive line. Just having their way, making life easy for these running backs. It is a beautiful thing to see.
Caught in the backfield, it's Pitts. They've got him now. He almost picked up that first down on the screen.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
And that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a first down.
Really nice job on third down by this offense. This offense has struggled on third downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it third and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Trying play action. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. To the air, it's Barco. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Here's a hit. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs. Looking downfield on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Agnew. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
And the Blue Devils want to move quickly. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. He's loose down the middle. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Barco. He'll try to do it himself. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. He's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Makes the grab. And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one. Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. And that 3rd down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. No return coming here as he signals for the fair catch and makes it right around the 30-yard line. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to fire. Gets it out quickly. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Man, I love the defense. How about the physicality on that one? That's a tough route to defend, and he catches the football, but what does he do? He gets him on the ground right now. Good physical tackle. No yak on that catch.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they mark him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's quick. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down. The Blue Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The offense will quickly use a timeout. The offense sets up shop at the 46 on first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Blue Devils with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. He'll send out 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 4. Back to pass. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Hit as he throws. Caught. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. He'll put total leather and get this 2nd half started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I don't think defensively you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the 2nd half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Here comes loves his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Right down the middle. He's got an open man. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Blue Devils headed quickly to the line. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
They're dealing with a second and long.
I think that shows you the experience of the quarterback there. His primary target wasn't open, so he didn't panic. Even though he was getting hit, he was still able to find his check down and find some positive yards.
On third down, he drops the throw. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. And the Blue Devils will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Here come the Irish back on offense. On the ground, it's Hammond. Rumbles ahead for 6 and all the way out to the 16. He now has 111 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. There he goes! And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Across the 45. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on second and short. Motion from the wide receiver. From the gun, the running back has it. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up second and 4. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. Leads it with the back. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Trying to pick it up on the ground. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a first down.
But when you've had the day that this guy's had so far, expecting him to find a way to pick it up, and he does exactly that. This guy has been a monster all game.
They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. First and goal, and this feels like their chance to give them a finish. Grabbed behind the line. It's Hammond. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame! If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two teams inside the Big 12 squaring off today, and it's now a final. Here's a quick recap. West Virginia looked like a program ready to take the next step after a big road win today. This was a complete team effort from the Mountaineers. Offense, defense, and special teams doing its part. Heck of a show.
From the gun, the ground game. Turning it on!
Just another week in the Big 12 where anything can happen on any given Saturday. As we send things back to you guys.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Pulls and fires complete. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. The Blue Devils will hustle to the line. He'll do it himself. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. And the Blue Devils are moving quickly down the field. To the air on first down. Punts it out of the air. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
And the slant is really a difficult route to defend against if you're a DB in man coverage, especially when you have no help on the inside. So if you're the offense, you continue seeing that coverage, you might as well keep attacking it just like that.
They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Unloads to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Agnew. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Duke.
And how about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense when number 3's coming soon.
And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. The give from the gun. Got the first down and more. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. They'll give it to him again. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
The Irish needing just inches for the first down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
That has got to be so demoralizing for the defense. You haven't been able to stop this guy all game long. And here on third down, they're handing it off to him anyway because they don't think you can stop him. This defense right now, you see a lot of people hanging their heads a little bit because they're not playing with tons of confidence.
The Irish come to the line facing second and short. They're going back to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking for a man, it's Barco. Quickly to the tight end. On the move at the 30. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. Guys, time has expired here in the quarter, and Duke is on top. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. They'll run it from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Finds his big tight end. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Nice move to keep running. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Trying to pound it in. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. If they can get it into the end zone here, they can really turn up the heat. And touchdown, Fighting Irish. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. They got the score they needed, but this isn't over.
No, don't call it a comeback yet. The first part, step 1 accomplished. This offense obviously still has work to do, but the defense has to go out and get a stop and get him the ball back.
And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he's coming out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. The RPO, it's complete. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain. The Blue Devils want to crank the tempo. He'll keep it himself. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one.
And this QB is dialed in. You've already seen the passing ability to make plays down the field, but how about this? Running the option as well.
Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover?
And how about that? That's the first... taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's got it and still on his feet. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Well, nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. He splits the uprights. The lead now trimmed to 28-24. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Using the quick game. And the Blue Devils can really attack on this 2nd and short. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. Takes it from the gun on third down. Working that left side now. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical third down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one?
Hauls it in on the right. Lots of running room. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their fourth straight win. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. To throw, it's Sparko. That's caught. It's Nakua. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. The Irish might opt to take a shot here on 2nd and inches. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36. Great place to start for this offense. Quick release by the QB. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Blue Devils in the hurry up.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
From the gun, running back on the move. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Quarterback on the keeper. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. He is stopped right at the 21-yard line, and now it'll be 4th down and decision time. Here comes the field goal unit. There is no doubt, at this point in the game, this crowd knows how big this kick could be. That is no good. After the miss, still an 11-point game, guys. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Back to throw, it's Barco. Rush is on him. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. They gave up the sack on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Here's the pressure. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Didn't really get had a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line. We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. Handoff from the gun. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?